Hey you guys, it's Watcher Ralph, and you're here watching podcast Not Till the Credits End. And I'm here with my boys, Jerry, my brother, Mario, and my other boy, Marcus. Now today we're going to be talking about a lot of breaking news. We're going to have different segments, but first, let's just start off by breaking down what's happened with the DC changes. Now if you guys haven't heard, the biggest thing that's been going on is the fact that they decided to put less cooks in the kitchen. Basically saying they have no more faith in the past universe. Now, I don't know about you guys, I have a problem with that, and at the end of the day, most of the time, I'm really looking towards Marvel. Now, I don't know how you feel about that, Jerry, the fact that, especially after Justice League.
Yeah, especially after Justice League. I love how Marvel is doing it, you know, it's like they just did it right, you know, like all the background movies, you know, Iron Man, Thor, you know, like everything, and they just brought them all together, and you didn't need any of that background when they all came together. With Justice League, you need that.
Yes.
You know, like you need it. They didn't
establish
establish the universe, and they cut out all like a big part of the movie. So, like there were all those background stories were missing, and that's what really killed it for me.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like if you guys watch my spoiler review on Justice League, trust me, I had 1,000 problems with that movie, and the biggest problem is I felt like they've lost faith in their own universe. Mm-hmm. So what do you think about the problem, Mario?
Oh, me?
Yes.
I thought it was Marcus. But me, I mean, like, to tell you the truth, I don't really care for DC like that. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
never?
I mean, no. I mean, no.
Boom, man, I'm a fan,
Christopher Nolan.
Batman
Christopher.
Oh,
no.
Boom.
Oh,
Even tired.
Yeah.
Even tired would go to work.
No, wait.
Oh, so explain.
No, Christopher
Clarify.
Nolan, Batman, you know, from back. I'm just saying, like, the way they're handling everything, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just all over the place. They saw how Marvel was doing it. They been had the franchise, like, you know what I mean, the whole thing under their wing. They could have been done what Marvel was doing, and they didn't. And now they're just like trying to grasp at things and trying to try what a little bit of what Marvel's doing with, you know, like Justice League felt like they were trying a little bit, like have that little.
They went too quick, man.
Yeah. They cut the movie.
Up.
They, like you said, you know what I'm saying, they made it too short, and
yeah.
It's like, you know, you're introducing a whole bunch of characters, and then all of a sudden they don't have any time on screen. Like you don't, you know, like bam, they pop out of here. It's like a fucking music video. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you have to say, Marcus, about that?
As a fan of DC, I think it's just the element of comparing light to dark. DC is always a dark movie. It always brings you to a darker element. Superman, on the other hand, gave you that sense of hope, but it was always a dark, nitty-gritty movie.
Yeah.
So DC's never promoted hope. It always promoted struggle for me.
Even with the Christopher Reeve Superman, you would say?
Yeah, it was just film nitty-gritty for
That's
me.
true.
It didn't give me that feel. It didn't bring me home. It brought me into the fight more of like, wow, look what he had to do at the end. Look at this struggle. That wasn't hope for me. They massacred millions in that movie, and it was just that element of him. Mm-hmm. He did the most sacrifice when it really came down to his own, you know, and it wasn't hope for me.
I mean, the one thing I would say is, overall, the biggest problem to me is that, just like you guys were saying, the world hasn't been established before supposedly this new universe. And the biggest problem that I have is that DC has owned the rights to all their characters since the 70s. So at the end of the day, if there was a company that could embrace a universe, it was them. But unfortunately, they never took advantage, and now they're too late.
There's not fans behind the work.
No, that's 100%.
That's the biggest problem.
And they've gotten rid of the fans.
Yeah. And you see how Marvel works, where they force feed the directors and the writers to make these jobs. The characters help. Just like Michael Bay's Transformers. As long as it's bright and colorful, you will bring the millennium back.
Absolutely.
You know? Everybody bashes the Transformers, but they sell.
Yeah.
Marvel will always sell. Even its worst movie will sell. Enough to promote a second and third.
Very true.
As long as it has a star lead, like
exactly, and the characters. Look at the characters. You know, the characters are just colorful, and they bring that automatic hope. Their storyline is always embedded into history, and it's not changed, and it won't change.
Very true.
So it helps even the novice of directors and writers. So we just need, and I think less people's hands on it is a great thing because it gives control back to the person that should have control is the writer, the director. You know, not all these fly-by producers.
Well, the only thing is, like, I know they were trying to go the route of having like a Kevin Feige that holds the entire universe of Marvel in their hands. They had that with Jeff Johns, which is a creator of most of the cartoons, most of the great most of the great comic books that we know, and they gave it to him, and they already took it away from him after 2 movies, which was Wonder Woman and now Justice League. He even had his hands on the Batman film, and they took it away from him. So to me, ultimately, that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, exactly what you were saying, like that they don't have like faith. They try something real quick and they just like pull it back.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let's try this. It didn't work, so forget about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You
I
gotta
think
give
the
it
whole
time.
industry's like that, though.
Yeah.
I think it comes down even from the actors.
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
it's like
Especially Ben Affleck.
everybody's nervous. And to me, I'm a Batman fan. You sure, Batman?
Yeah.
And I think there's a level of Batman for me. I think anybody could be a Bruce Wayne. I always say this. You could be a handsome man and be a Bruce Wayne. But there's a thing to be Batman. And I never saw Ben Affleck as being a Batman. And I think he saw it himself. Because he doesn't even have any hype or any enthusiasm for his own self to be the character.
But to me, remember I was talking to you, I feel like that's true, but I feel like you could have seen behind the scenes when things started to change, because he did release the Deathstroke footage. He released all these things, and
That's
I do believe
fine.
it's
I mean,
the
I thought
moment.
that was in his contract.
No, that was definitely not his contract. This was the fact that he was starting to write the movie, but to me it became, once they took away the baby and said, no, you're not writing it, to me he lost, as much as they lost faith in the world, he lost faith in himself.
I thought he was complaining also because he was saying, I gotta write, I gotta direct it, I gotta star in it. He was already
personally, I think
pre-complaining.
No, I think it's the opposite. I honestly believe that he wanted to do those things, and they weren't giving him enough time because they just started trying to make this universe as fast as possible.
Of course,
that's
they
literally why
want
they
to catch
signed
up to
him.
Marvel. That's
Just
what it
don't
all
see
comes
him
down
as-
to. You know,
I see
and it
him
all
like a
comes
Val
full circle.
Kilmer. I see him like a George Clooney. I don't see him as
ultimately,
I see him as a handsome Batman. I mean, a handsome...
Trust me, I feel what you're saying about Batman, but of course, that's a whole other discussion. So for now, let's put that aside. Let's talk about other new breaking news. If you notice with Fox, they also have a problem now since Disney took over their company, and to me it's starting to be evident because the director of Gambit left, the New Mutants got delayed until 2019, and of course the only good news out of the situation is that Deadpool got pushed forward, which we all clearly want to see that.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think of the fact that now that there's too many cooks in that kitchen, and it's clear that it's obviously being changed because of it? What do you think, Jerry?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's all business. It all comes down to the money. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna cut out what they don't think is gonna make money, and they're gonna push up what is gonna make money. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, didn't Deadpool broke records?
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Number-
For a rated R comic book.
Yeah, number
movie,
one
like,
rated
it's
R
unheard
film of all time,
You know? Like
which is
that was
incredible.
unheard of, but
Mhm.
now it's like that's what they're doing now. That's what they're doing. They did it with Logan with rated R.
Yes.
You know, and they're gonna do it again with Venom.
Mhm.
You know, it's like I like where it's going. I like this dark feel and all that. So
Wait, which ones were you said that
Well, Deadpool got pushed forward, which is
yeah.
great news. The director of Gambit, which is the director of Pirates of the Caribbean and a lot of other films, Lone Ranger,
Yeah.
he left the project because of scheduling, meaning that they're trying to rework things.
Yeah.
And then, as well as New Mutants got pushed back all the way a few months.
I mean, maybe because they're trying to. I think it's a good thing because that means they're trying to rework things so that they could fit that Fox universe into the Marvel universe in a way, or like try to fix what Fox fucked up. You know what I'm saying, in a way.
Which they
and
have.
and so like. I think it would take a second, so maybe there was something wrong with New Mutants, or maybe they wanted New Mutants to be pushed back because of something else. But like, I think I have faith in like at least what's going on with the transition. Maybe it's just gonna take a minute, so I think they should take a little.
they
second
pushed
to-
back. They pushed back. What was it?
New
Pirates
Mutants.
of the Caribbean.
No. New Mutants. No, the
Oh,
director
okay.
of Pirates of the Caribbean left the project of Gambit.
No, I thought you said there were a couple of movies that they pushed back as well.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I don't care about it. Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't give a shit about that.
So Marcus, what do you have to say?
I agree, disagree. I don't know. We got to see how it goes. When did Marvel mess up when it came to a movie? I think their biggest failure was allowing Netflix to make those other ones.
What, the TV shows?
Yeah.
You don't like any of the TV shows?
Daredevil, of course. But
You didn't like Punisher?
Punisher was dope, of course. I mean, but that's hands down. I mean, like, the obvious three.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
To me, the biggest problem was the Defenders.
It's just
Worst one?
the Defenders.
They
Worst
were-
one, Iron Fist. Of course, everybody agrees with that. Everybody would jump over that easily.
Freaking Mary.
But I don't see a downside to it. Deadpool being pushed forward. I mean, I see it as a good thing, and it could be it's scary to hear that as well. You want somebody to take their time, so there's no excuses, right? How many times have we heard a movie being pushed forward and given a scapegoat excuse?
Yeah.
But it's Marvel, right? We just talked about Marvel does great things, and they got a great history, and they got a great character that was molded for that role. I mean, he didn't have to change. That's just a dude that just naturally methored for that role. So I think it'll be great. New Mutants would be interesting. I think it's really going to tap into the new crowd, of course. And I think that's why they pulled back Gambit. I think Gambit had that old style when we had first saw him.
That was supposed to be Channing Tatum, right?
It is Channing Tatum. He's still producing.
And I think they pulled it back to just revamp him.
Yeah.
To blend in with New Mutants. And then
they got through so many directors, so they've been trying.
Are they going to link that with New Mutants?
I mean, it's supposed to be within the universe. We don't know now.
And even the revamp of soon of the X-Men, right?
No, but aren't they trying to like at least incorporate like the whole?
But they're still doing.
Fox?
But it's still going to be even an entire of the movie called the Dark Phoenix. It's going to be the Phoenix story.
Right,
so they're finally establishing the Dark Phoenix story.
they left off with that, so they have to continue.
Yeah, that's true. So we're done with that, but let's go straight to trailers. On the trail. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is Red Sparrow, which ultimately to me is like Black Widow being made without it being Black Widow.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, it's pretty much the same thing. I mean, they should just put Scarlett Johansson in the movie. And
Nope.
No?
Angelina Jolie. That looked like a prequel to her other spy movie.
What?
It's like, when they birthed her as a Russian, no? You don't remember the one that she was in the White House?
Oh, the Salt.
White House?
Salt.
Right,
Which was originally supposed to be Tom Cruise, but they chose her.
It reminded me of Salt.
No, that's true. That's very true, too.
She's manipulating her way out.
Yes, the
Nikita is in like the original one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was in Eve?
I thought it was cool. It's different, right? Because we had that Atomic Blonde, and that was kind of like.
Very true.
And Broad is there, but I love the action. Oh my God, that action was amazing.
Okay.
So I
hadn't seen it because I had heard a lot about it.
Charlize Theron went.
She went in. That fight scene was the greatest I've seen since Winter Soldier.
Wow.
Great fight scene.
serious?
One sequence.
Winter
She
Soldier is
goes
my favorite
in
fight scene. So
from like 5th floor to lobby floor. It's awesome fight scene. But I hope Red Sparrow does a little action. It looks a little bit of like secretive espionage. So I hope it packs a little punch. Waiting for some action.
Yeah,
in
I'm
the world,
hoping.
right?
And Jennifer Lawrence needs to try to do these
A
things.
little bit too much in her life.
After especially Mother, which is a whole other review if you guys want to check out with me and Jerry. She needs to do a couple new things.
Yeah.
But let's jump on to another film which is a female star doing action. What about Tomb Raider? Because the new trailer came out, and I personally could say that I like the second one compared to the first. The first seemed like really, really generic. The new one seemed, at least to me, to be following the video game, which is generic in its own way because of that. It's not trying to be original, but personally, I actually like the second compared to the first. What did you think?
I agree. The first one, I was like, I'm not really interested in seeing this. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to see this movie. I'll wait for it to come out on video or whatever. But but then the second trailer came out and it was like pretty intense. They showed a lot of new stuff, new content, and it was pretty cool. So now I'm a little bit more interested.
Okay.
It's all about that bass.
It's all about that bass.
bass in that trailer.
No trouble.
I feel like I fell with her.
No trouble.
I feel like I fell.
I mean, but what did you think? I mean, you played the games. I know you love the games. I know you love the games. So.
PlayStation 1, spin, you do the jump and the flip, and you go pick any level.
Which they really try to show that in the commercials, like all the big jumps.
Seen that Jordan? That's a signature Jordan jump.
Yeah.
Jordan.
No, it does. It looks pretty good.
So I'm a fan, and I gave Angelina Jolie a credit when she tried. but it's time for new blood, right?
Yeah.
So,
What do you think about the new actress? What do you guys think about the new actress playing the role?
She's playing,
Which
but
is
so
from
is kind of
Ex-Machina.
Laura Croft, though. I mean,
She's
like,
like-
she wasn't
she's
a girl that
beautiful,
put on.
like,
oh
She's
my God,
natural
she's
beauty.
Yeah,
So she
I
didn't
like
need
that.
no makeup.
Like
She didn't
that.
put on no lipstick. She
Yeah.
had everything,
Yeah.
and she was fit too. So, and she was skinny.
Yeah.
She had pluses too, you know. But yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah,
She has
definitely.
some boobs.
I
But,
feel what you
yeah.
guys are saying. Like, I wasn't feeling the first trailer. I was like, eh. But this one, like, yeah, it was like, okay, this looks good. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch it.
Movie wise, would you see it in the movies?
Maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
you see
I'll
it
watch
in
it
the
in the
movie?
movies.
Yeah.
For
You
like,
know what?
On
I'ma
a
be
Tuesday for $4.
I will be honest.
got no
I will
time
see it in the
with it.
movies, but in 3D.
Okay.
Oh.
You'd watch it in
3D.
For the
That
leaks?
is a
For the
3D
super leaks?
movie.
Yeah, maybe I'll
You didn't
do
see
it.
the way she
Yeah,
fell?
yeah.
I want to feel it. I want
wanna feel that?
the heart drop a little bit low.
You want to feel that?
I want to live.
Sylvester Stallone cliffhanger style, but with 3D, that would have been dope. But okay.
Whoa, Samuel L. Jackson?
I said Samuel Potter. I said Sylvester Stallone. That's a whole. That would have been
That would have
definitely.
been crazy.
Now jumping into another trailer, of course. What do you guys think of Ready Player One and the nostalgia of the
Nope.
80s?
Yeah, that game. I mean, that movie.
I mean, it leaves me
Speaking out of
speechless.
turn.
Hey, look,
Speaking out of turn, it brought me to like that Wreck-It Ralph
Word.
type of feel where it's like you see those familiar faces inside the movie.
Yeah.
Where it pays that homage to old and new.
Yeah.
That looks so cool, man.
Yeah. It looked like a.
I think we all agree.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
we all agree.
We like
Look,
the
look,
trailer.
see, like-
Yeah,
We
another
like it.
movie I will watch 3D, but I'll be scared. I'm
See,
scared
that
to catch a
movie,
seizure.
I would
But
consider 3D.
I would
I'm
do
not a big
3D.
3D fan.
Or Chucky
but-
coming at you?
Because I don't think the
Right at your
story
neck.
will really be so dynamic. I think it's all on the visual.
Yes,
which
of
is
course.
awesome.
Steven Spielberg.
So
I understand that.
let's do
I agree.
3D.
I agree.
I'm
Yeah,
not
no.
really gonna pay
He's
attention to the
definitely-
story and all that.
Yeah.
I want to see the background too.
Mhm.
So that's gonna pop at me also. That's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome. See Gandalf dancing live. What?
The coolest thing to me is the book is based on almost on that tip of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which would have been totally awesome if they would have actually had Gene Wilder, which of course you guys know was Willy Wonka.
Right.
R.I.P. Yes. But I mean, ultimately to me, I know he's been trying to wanting to do this movie, Steven Spielberg, for a very long time, and I've been looking forward to it, and I can't wait. So what do you think?
But like, how old is that? Like that.
The book is about either 2011 or 2012. It is
Okay.
more recent than
All right, so because it kind of reminds me of like a futuristic. I mean, well, now times
Tron.
version of Tron. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very
that's
true,
what it
very
is.
true.
Exactly what it is. A Tron for the ages.
Yeah,
But
that's
like,
what
that's
I
what I
first
seen,
saw
but
when
like
I saw it,
Tron.
I snapped in.
Gamer.
Yeah.
Remember the
Tron,
movie Gamer with
yes.
Gerard Butler?
Gerard
Yeah.
Butler and
Yeah.
Michael C. Hall as the villain, which
It's
actually.
like
Yeah.
Tron, man.
But Tron, yeah,
Tron
because
is
the
OD.
original
That's
is
a
like
full
OG
duty.
Yeah, of course.
No,
Yeah.
Tron, hell yeah.
So of course we all agree with that. So
Oh, yeah.
there's not a lot to talk. I mean, there's plenty, but you'll see another video just based on
Plenty.
that. Now, one that we'll just go over fast is this new commercial of Nicolas Cage. What is Samuel Jackson stuck in my mind?
Yeah,
Because he's in every freaking movie in the
He's
90s.
in everyone's mind.
Yeah, he's
You know?
You died by everything.
which he done three. He's done three
He's doing
movies with Nicolas
commercials,
Cage.
does
Of
everything.
course.
Samuel Jackson.
But if you guys have seen this new movie by new trailer by Nicolas Cage called Mom and Dad,
Whoa.
which to me is like a cross between The Crazies and Serial Mom, which that's an old
I
movie if you
think
guys
it's
know the reference.
one of Nicolas Cage's naturalist ways of living his life when he gets mad at his children.
So you're saying it's like Jeff Goldblum, where everybody says that he's just walking around and people don't realize he doesn't realize that the camera's rolling. That's what it almost seems like with
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage.
That's
in this
Home
movie.
Alone if reality kicked in. Very bizarre movie. But again, natural Nicolas Cage. So what do you expect? I mean, the trailer says it itself. It really just like watch Nicolas Cage go crazy.
Yeah, like they love
The trailer's
Nicolas
just
Cage
like,
losing his
Yeah, just
you
go
know?
crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna film it. We gave him a sledgehammer and let him whack it.
Yeah, here, like destroy this, and
Yeah.
they're like, okay.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's many more trailers to cover, but of course we'll talk about that another time. So now let's just talk about something quickly that happened recently: the Golden Globes, which I've been calling them the Oscars for some reason the last couple of times.
Yeah,
They've
you
called me
have
on
it.
that.
Yeah, it's
I don't know why.
It's okay. It's alright. You got it right
Thank
this
you.
time. You know?
Right on camera, at least. That's what matters. But what did you think? Because you told me you definitely had something to say about certain winners. like James Franco, which you guys can see a review with me and Marcus on Disaster Artist.
Yeah, great review.
Thank
you guys
you.
did a great review on that. It was very entertaining.
So
I got very good insight on it. Yeah, I was cracking up because I thought it was hilarious because after he won, which I think he deserved it. I think he did a pretty good job.
You think
I don't
it was
know.
Golden Globes?
Golden Globes.
What?
Yeah, I thought Golden Globes, not an
I
Oscar
think-
worthy, but Golden.
I thought
It's not
we
Oscar
accept
worthy. It's
everything.
Golden Globe worthy.
I think if it's released close to these dates.
Well, you want to know
It's
something?
like that
I
fresh-
agree
it's
with
like
you
that
because
tasting test.
the biggest
True.
movie I wanted to be
It's like a
nominated.
tasting test, right? It's
That's
like a
true.
tasting test,
Yeah,
right?
gotcha.
Yeah.
This
It's
was
like
ever
that
the last flavor.
is the one that gets remembered. The
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I agree with that, especially because the one movie I was hoping that would be winning like crazy during award season is Logan. But to
Yeah,
me, because it
yeah.
came out in March, I feel
That's
like
what I'm
it
saying
got
too.
forgotten. So you're
How
right
is
about
that?
that.
That's
Mhm.
insane.
But I still feel it was judged because it was a comic book movie.
Yes, I understand that
You know?
too. Even though it felt like the purest Western, obviously the Academy
But
and
did
these
you
people.
read the comic?
wait, that would've
it's such a
felt-
180 from
Oh,
the
yeah,
no,
of course.
it doesn't mean
But it's insulting to
Why
us.
don't
the same
you
thing.
pay homage to how you did it so different from the
Yeah,
comic?
yeah.
When is that
So,
rarely
such
done?
amazing-
You
yeah,
sort of
yes.
did it so differently.
It's a
but
standalone film.
Oh
and
my
they
God.
accepted it. Like
Oh
it
my
was
God.
like amazing. Yeah, it was great.
So wait,
Where
that
they
came
want
out
him
now?
back.
Like it would have felt.
That came
for this
out.
one?
Yeah, it was
would've felt for this?
2017. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Logan should have gotten.
Of course,
everything.
of course.
But I thought it was funny at the Golden Globes when James Franco got his award and Tommy Wiseau
Definitely. That's
walked up and he goes, "Oh, it's
No.
Tommy Wiseau," and he went to
wanted
go
to talk,
grab the
and
mic.
he went, no,
And he
this
goes,
is not
"No,
your
no,
time to
this is
shine.
my
You
moment,"
just standing
you know,
here is
like-
enough.
Yeah, exactly.
that.
Now I thought that was pretty funny. And then later on, I think the next day he got James Franco got accused of like some sort of
Yes, but
controversy.
yeah, controversy. But, that's a whole other subject.
Yeah, a whole other subject.
So, what do you guys think of Guillermo del Toro's Shape of Water? I don't know.
What was
believe
that again? What was that again?
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, right.
Guillermo del Toro. Shape of Water, which to be
Say
honest,
way
I haven't
better
seen
than
it.
me.
Thank you. I haven't seen it, but at the end of the day, I'm happy that after 25 years, just like he said in his speech, he's finally got an award. So that's the one thing I could appreciate
That man
about
should
it.
have been got an
Yes.
award overseas.
Yes,
That man, when he touches,
Devil's Backbone,
you know,
Pan's Labyrinth, all
yeah,
that.
Pan's Labyrinth,
yeah.
you know,
Hellboy.
Hellboy.
Hellboy has an exception of 50-50. It
Yeah.
made it.
It's not-
you know,
Yeah,
but
it
as
made
it
it,
went
it made
on,
it.
it was
Yeah.
just like it knew everything.
Hold on.
But Guillermo del Toro definitely he needs some love. He should be definitely commended for all his foreign stuff. I haven't seen The Shape of Water, but he is definitely.
I hear
a
good
writer,
things. I
director.
hear good things.
But yeah.
I haven't seen
Again, I just don't know if these are Golden Globe. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, like I haven't watched The Shape of Water.
So yeah, no, I feel you guys when it comes to Shape of Water, but like I said, that's the only reason why I wanted to bring it up because, like I said, I haven't watched it, but I'm glad that he finally got his due. Now, another great actor that won for Best Comedy is
Aziz Ansari.
Yes,
yeah.
from Masters
For real?
Master of None. Yeah.
That's what he won.
that's what he won for
Yeah.
Best Comedy because they have different categories when it comes to musical comedy, drama.
Yeah, Philip. Did you
Have
watch
you seen
it?
it?
Netflix?
Because everybody's been telling me incredible
It was
things
pretty
about
good.
it.
Well
I mean,
deserved.
Well
deserved.
Everybody's telling me
I
it's
only
so
seen
good.
like 1 or 2 episodes, and it
We
was
went to
pretty
Italy
good.
in
I don't know what to say. Yeah,
season,
in black and white.
That's
premiere,
why
I
he
already
won
heard about
because
this.
he went to Italy.
He went to Italy, bro.
No. We
That's
got
the
more
reason?
time. We got more time on this. Carl.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Don't be vague about this shit.
He went to Italy.
Don't be vague about it.
great.
I didn't see it, so promote it. Tell me, Jerry. Besides going to your land,
It's not a
And eating
spoiler.
a
I'm
pizza.
not spoiling it for you.
but what did he do there that it made him
He made
win a Golden
pasta.
Globe?
He made,
He made pasta.
Even when he won, he kind
And
of
he spoke
already said he ate a lot
Italian
of
in his
Italian
very
food.
annoying voice.
I've accepted the fate of entertainment. And if Aziz Ansari makes best
No,
comedian in the Golden Globes,
I mean, I haven't seen it. I mean,
I
you gotta at least see it in order
Netflix
to
controls the world.
I like the show.
Netflix
I like the
controls
show.
I mean, to be honest,
I like the first
all I've heard is great things about it. I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but all I've heard is really superb things
Right.
about it. So.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
He even said that, which I felt like he was kind of messed up. He said, "Oh, it would have been a problem if he would have lost 2 awards in a row,
You
back
still
to
didn't
back."
tell me that made me laugh about Master of None.
What?
Oh, but we're not. I mean, it's a comedy. He has to do it himself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can't explain.
He's gotta do it himself. I'm not gonna explain a joke.
That's like saying,
yeah.
Jim Carrey. If you see Jim Carrey in his
You know what?
physical comedy.
Oh my god! The microphone is going crazy.
No, not reenact it.
No.
Like when you describe like Yes Man, you know what I'm saying? Do you make it bland?
No, you know what it is?
Because that movie was.
Oh, you know what it is?
No, that movie made me laugh, bro. Yes Man. Jim Carrey.
Out of like the Bruce Almighty or like Liars and all that.
You see, Master of None looks like a better Louis to me. Like the show.
No, no. You can't do that. You can't do that because Louis C.K. is a morbid, dark man.
But
everything
Master of None was morbid and dark a little bit.
It's completely different. It's completely. I feel like it's shot the same way.
But I'm talking about like it's
shot the same way.
What I mean is like just kind of like you know like in a.
Louis C.K. is not even.
What I mean,
like he's not funny. Louis C.K. is like shocked.
No, but what I mean is like it's just him doing his daily shit and like kind of like the mic, like you know it's kind of almost like a reality show, but it's not like it's like loosely based on him realistic, like you know what I'm saying, right? That's what it is. Yeah.
No, again,
What?
Master of None. It's like does he?
Kind of.
He plays kind of like himself in it, right?
Oh
like,
no, he does play himself. Like he
So
talks
that's
about
good.
how he's like dating on apps and stuff like that. Like that episode.
So
was
it
my
is. It's
favorite
like look.
episode.
That's what I meant by the thing. It's like that type of show. Like you know what I'm saying. It's just like loosely based on a life.
So you like the show?
Cool.
I like the first the 2 episodes I saw. I like.
Would you recommend it for me and Ralphie that haven't seen it? Would you recommend us to watch it?
I would think you. Yeah.
Would you tell us to sit down and watch it?
I think you
Off
would.
of the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, I think you guys would enjoy.
Yo,
it.
I don't want to watch a Golden Globe nominee that I only watch a quarter way through.
I watched both seasons. Okay.
Completely.
I think.
Completely.
No. You know what?
In its entirety.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
After the 2 episodes, the thing is that I'm not like really into like just straight comedic shows like that. But after watching like the 2 episodes, for somebody who likes kind of like yourself, like you guys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's not something I would
think you like it.
binge.
Yeah.
It's not something.
But you'll like it
binge,
because it's like hey, little life things happening. It's not everybody. Like I think it starts off with a coffee
What was he matched
shop.
Against?
Huh?
What was he matched against?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
What's the matchup?
In comedy,
Like who did he blow out? Who did he blow out that he won? I'm curious about that too. Same thing with Gary DeTormo, you know what I'm saying? We go through who's their matchup.
Right.
We didn't really
You know who controls these votes?
We're gonna have to Google
What's
that.
happening?
later.
Sorry guys, we didn't
What's
really
happening?
see the Golden Globes.
And we don't
Most
have
likely-
that information right in front of us.
So,
But I'll check it out. I'll check it out.
I'll check out.
Yeah.
We do a positive, negative review.
We could do a review of Masters of None, and you can argue.
There you go.
Exactly.
I want to see
How
the
much
shape
you
of
hate
water.
it.
I want to see the shape of water too.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, that's the end of this segment. We'll be right back. I hope you're enjoying the podcast so far. And if you are, go check out my other channel, Play It Ralph. Because I decided to make a second channel where me and my friends could just let our hair down. Figuratively speaking for me, of course. Because I realized that the funniest moments from these hilarious people that I know, and some of which you've met through this channel, happen off camera. And I don't want you guys to miss out anymore. So I decided to make a channel where the focus is on talking about anything and everything while we're playing games to make it more fun. So we'll be playing games from every single genre, every single system, from every single gaming company, multiplayer, but it's going to be more than just a gaming channel. No, it's a Play It channel. So that means we'll be playing party games, playing all together in a room. Why? Because I don't want you guys to miss out on anything. I want to showcase these personalities. So we'll be playing online party games, but we'll be playing so much more. So if it's a game, we'll play it. So that means even party card games that you might know of. And we'll have special guests, stand-up comedians, improv comedians, sketch comedians, and so much more. Because this is not just going to be a gaming channel. I want to present to you a game of life. And it's all there on Play It Ralph. So hey, check it out. Back to me. Alright, so we're back. And now we're going to go into the spoiler review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. Now this is a film that I've waited for, obviously, since the last one, but I was hoping, and we'll get into that. The only thing we'll start with are positives. Now for me, I've seen it twice, actually you could say 3 times almost, and I enjoyed the ride. I came out feeling like an adrenaline rush, but then when I sat back, I had huge problems with it. So at the end of the day, what else can you say about the positive? Because to be honest, that's basically the only thing I walk out of.
I think it was an entertaining movie. You know, that's what I think. I think it was an entertaining movie. If you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, I totally get it. Like it doesn't go with the story very much. It's just like a filler movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I mean, I think I was entertained by it. It wasn't. It just. I expected a lot more though.
Okay,
Yeah.
not for you. I mean, what can you say about the film ultimately in the positive?
I mean, it looked nice. And you know what I'm saying, but besides that, it like I had to like actually I pulled out some positives from the movie, but I had to like really kind of like pierce at them in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, okay, they did this so that you know, this could happen later on and be explained. Because, or I don't know if we're talking about.
No, we're going full spoilers.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Full
So,
spoilers.
so the whole thing.
Spoilers. I mean,
so
I'm gonna go into details.
So the whole thing with Ren, with you know, Rain and this dude, Ren.
Kylo
Ren. Yeah. When they're doing the whole seeing each other and that whole thing, that's why I would think Luke is able to do what he does at the end. You know what I'm saying? And that explains that whole scenario.
Okay,
to me,
so
that power
was
always there. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you're able to do that, like across a whole freaking wherever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and that's it. Oh, and the general that we talked about. She
Laura Dern's character.
Yeah, Laura Dern.
Okay.
She you know what
her
I'm saying?
Sacrifice. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That's it.
I like how she played out, but yeah. We'll talk about her as well in a second. Okay, since we covered that, and to be honest, even though I like to be a positive person, I can't really be in that optimistic way when it comes to this movie, because to me, there's a lot of things that I felt like this director kind of just threw away the last movie and even the whole saga and the universe that's been created in the past. Because one problem I definitely had was how he literally dealt with the ending of Force Awakens by, of course, as you've seen, Luke Skywalker just chucking the lightsaber. So to me, obviously, that was a direct disrespect, because that was the ending of the movie. And yet when it came back here, instead of even showing the original circular shot that everybody talked about, I felt like we walked away being like, okay, he's trying to say this is his own beast, and yet to me, it felt like, again, he was disrespecting it. So what do you think about at least that opening scene?
Oh,
like,
yeah, I was like, what? Like, Luke Skywalker is going to be like...
I agree.
Yes,
he's going to be like...
What?
He's going to be like, come on, man.
Yeah.
What kind of bullshit is that? That's like some like... That would be like the how you call it of a scene that somebody would do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you make a, like when you recreate something to make it funny. Like,
okay, gotcha.
That would be what somebody would do.
Yes.
To make that, it wouldn't be something in a movie like Star Wars or a character Luke Skywalker, like Luke Skywalker would. He wouldn't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what you thought?
Yeah, I hated it. It was like something that was like I expected them to do it a better way, even in The Force Awakens, the way they did it.
Okay, that's true.
Like, I wanted something to happen, like when she handed it out, for it to like shake, like he was gonna take it with like the Force or something like that, and then they would have went. They could have went black and then went to credits, and that would have left it off like really hardcore. But when she just handed it off to him, he just threw it over his shoulder. Like what is it? What was that? It was very disappointing. Yeah. I really was hoping for something there, and it was nothing. So.
And I felt like, yeah, you're right. It was kind of like disrespectful to like the last person who had the film, which was
J.J. Abrams, yes, which is gonna finish the trilogy now.
That's good, but yeah. So I think he kind of like, he's like, I'm gonna throw this whole movie out the window, like, kind of thing, and he's just.
Yeah, to me, it was a lot of empty promises, like whether it was Kylo Ren's mask just being destroyed within the first scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, of course, I don't know if you guys, what high hopes did you have for Rey's parentage? Because at the end of the day, you could clearly see how he basically chucked that as much as Luke chucked the lightsaber. He chucked the origins of it.
Can I say this? I think it's still. I feel like it's still open ended.
Yeah.
Now, that's a beautiful thing, because even I walked out the second time with my brother, and that's exactly what he said, which most people aren't seeing it that way. They think it's a closed door. Like,
no, but he could be lying to her.
100%.
And it's not even that he's lying to her. He could be seeing what he's seeing, but it's like you don't always see
and it can't be clear.
Clarity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it could be like some.
Because to me, I completely agree, because after the discussion that we had about it, it was about the fact that I was like, he couldn't be lying to her, because that's the whole point. He realizes that Snoke is this lying character and he's trying to find truth. But, like we said, after you see the scenes of they assumed that they were both going to turn to each other's side, realize that was that fight scene that we saw with the red soldiers that they fought against. And that's why they believed that. But guess what? They were wrong. So as much as the visions could be wrong, it's almost Game of Thrones style to me, where it's like Melisandre. You know what I'm saying?
It was just a cash cow. They just wanted to make money off of it. You know, it was like, I don't know. Not a lot happened in the movie. You know, it was just they wanted to, like, I mean, did they kill off Luke Skywalker? Is that the end of him? I mean, he's not coming back.
He'll come back, I feel, as maybe
as,
I don't know,
like
as a spirit. Of course, Force ghost.
I do respect Puppet Yoda.
Puppet Yoda.
You know what? I respect Puppet Yoda.
Yes.
But that freaking laugh that he had, was very mad sinister.
Devious, and this is the first time.
I thought this tree was important. This tree ain't. I'ma burn this shit. Like, that's messed up. Like, they made a whole religion around this thing. And look, making fun of you type.
Yeah, because to me, Yoda's always been that innocent character, like the nice grandpa that's gonna, that's there for you. But at the end of the day, it was like, hold on. What is his intentions here? He's burning the bush and basically giving like this mischievous laugh that I'm like, hold on. Now I'm starting to second guess who he's been his entire. In everything, including even the Clone Wars.
Exactly. But everybody loved Yoda, and it was just
no. I know that.
Like you're saying, Frank Oz came back. The puppeteers.
I'm not saying the script was all good. I'm just saying, like, the puppet Yoda.
Oh yeah,
like it wasn't CGI.
Yeah. No, I like that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But to me, another thing that, again, to me, I want to go on the trend of how he, to me, flipped everything that was presented in the past film. Like, another issue that I had was the love story that to me was, at least in my eyes, created, I don't know about you guys, but in Force Awakens, I felt like Finn clearly had feelings for Rey.
Oh, Dammer. Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
True indeed, possibly with the whole hug and the whole jacket and thank you for sharing this with me. True indeed, I see that. But to me at least, there was a clear thing that Finn was lying to Rey because he didn't want to embarrass himself. Instead, just like a guy that is into a girl in any romantic comedy tries to make himself sound bigger and better, he basically lied to her throughout the whole movie, and even had BB-8 backing him with the thumbs up, going, you know what, I feel you, I'll help you out through this journey. And to me, they threw that out the window again. And again, to me, it's with that character that we talked about, which that she was just terrible throughout the thing, no matter what. I don't know how you guys felt. Did you actually see that from the original? Like, meaning with Rose. To me, obviously, in this story, he threw out the love story and said, "Oh no, Rose is the new picture for Finn." Even by the end, where she kisses him, and to me, it's really signified when at the very last scene where Rey is looking at Finn, but Finn runs to Rose to take care of her.
I like Rose's character.
Yes.
I don't like. Yeah.
I didn't like where it came out of nowhere. It had no background to it. It was just.
And that. With that being said, I'm sorry to transition like this, but what the f was that whole casino part? What was the point of that shit? Was it just to show all these little puppets? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The bar scene type shit?
They were trying to
to that, but
it's a throwback. It's a throwback.
Yo, that whole situation.
This works, so we're just gonna do it again. You know,
but they didn't even end up working out.
Yo, so they went there to get this dude. The guy that was playing at the table.
Yeah.
They went to get him because he was the only person. They needed this master cracker, and then all of a sudden went through all this shit. They get arrested, and then there so happened to be a master cracker that's in there.
DJ played by Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro.
That have the same capabilities as this mastermind that they needed.
I love Benicio del Toro.
No, I love him too, but it's.
I don't think that was his role. I think they should have put Lando right in that role. Billy D. Williams. Yeah. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's not working right now. Come on. Come on. He's available. You know, put him in there, man. People love him. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, to me, that character, DJ, completely represented trying to be Lando, but on the flip. Again, this movie was all about taking the past and trying to turn it on its head in pointless ways. Where he started as a character you can't trust. Yeah. Then he turns out to be like, oh no, here's the necklace back. This religious symbol of Rose. Yeah. Then for him to turn back to exactly what you expected of him. Right. He was supposed to be like a Lando, but he never became the good guy at the end of the day like Lando.
Oh, what the hell? What's that? Yo,
Lando was a pimp.
Yeah, he was.
You know, he's the man, of course.
Come on, man.
After that whole thing too, on top of that, there was a whole other thing with the movie. The longest spaceship chase ever.
Yes.
No, I mean the slowest.
Yes.
The slowest I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was
like, yo, this big ass ship is shooting this other ship is yo.
Yeah, the whole thing is
even in the first ones, they had amazing fights, like ship fight scenes and all that with the TIE fighters and the, it was really cool, man. They did this one. It was a little disappointing. You know?
Yeah, to me, that whole thing what you were referring to, it's disappointing without a doubt because the entire movie was a retreat. Yeah. It was a movie about them running away, whether it's at them telling Poe not to do what he does in the beginning and for him to learn the lesson at the end. Yes, we have to retreat. Literally, the entire movie is this big spaceship trying to outrun these little spaceships. The entire movie was about retreat. And to me, that's where I was like, there's hope within retreat. I felt like everything was this, let's fall back and rethink things. And that's what this movie was.
What kind of bitch movie is that?
Well, I'll tell you what it is, because they're okay, like they are killing off all these characters so they can start new. So they can have younger people to continue it, because they're getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like, look what happened to Princess Leia. Like, I'll tell you the truth. Can we touch on the Mary Poppins?
Yeah, the Mary Poppins.
Everybody always wondered, and even when Star Wars first came out, is if she had a force, power with the force and all that, and this is it was very. I didn't like the way they revealed it. It was really stupid. I didn't like it, and it's a shame that she died and all that, and I'm curious what's gonna happen. In the
So
next
they
movie,
faked
how
out
they're
her
gonna do
death
it.
just to still have to deal with her death again.
Mhm.
Like, to me, it was that issue. And what's worse is that they even took out, within that scene you're talking about, one of the most important characters of all time. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah.
And yet they just said, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
We don't see him die. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's like a
No,
real.
didn't it blow up?
Yeah, but we don't see him.
I saw-
You
You
don't
don't see him
you don't
die,
see him
you
in the
just
shot. He's
know
in the
he's
back
on
and
that
he's in that ship, and they say
Yeah.
he's dead. A character like that is not a
Oh.
character that should be in the background
Yeah.
being shown die.
No, I thought he was like in the middle with a table and it blew up like in the
No.
back.
No, we
of
see
the-
her in the foreground.
Yeah.
We can't see what's really in the back. We acknowledge that in one scene,
But you know he's on the
prior,
ship.
he is
Yeah.
all the way in the back, but yet
Because you pay attention to that, because he's a big character in Star Wars.
100%.
As little of a character he is, he's a big character because he like
He's still
became
alive. That's why.
like a meme type of thing, or it's
they're
like
trying to like start little buzzes. People like, you know what I'm saying? So, yo, he's still alive, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
see
you
him
heard
die.
some buzz.
No, I don't know. I'm just saying.
You just
Like,
made
what,
that up.
no, I'm just, like that's why they do things like that, just to mess.
You
with
don't
people's
know
The
he-
buzz starts here on Watch It, Ralph.
he's an alien. All those gills, he could go through space and survive no
But
matter
no,
what.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bring this back up, but I don't understand what kind of lesson is that to teach people
What?
to run away all the
The
time.
whole movie is
The
a trick,
whole
yes.
thing is run away. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand if it's just the beginning, but you know,
Right.
I mean, like, yes, it's cool to do, but like throughout the whole movie, throughout the whole thing,
Running away.
It's, hey,
You know.
I guess that's
and
the
then
smart thing.
and then not even confronting at the end too. Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
they,
no.
like this dude didn't even confront any.
No
like,
confrontation.
no confrontation.
None.
No, of course, yeah. If you're talking about, as we all know, Luke Skywalker. To me, in any story, a character that is the hermit, you could even go to Dark Knight Rises or any story, that someone is coming to him from the beginning to say, we need your help.
Yeah.
And guess what? Sooner or later, that character's supposed to go, you know what, I'll show up and save you. And yet, yes, he showed up as a Force ghost, meaning he died still staying on the island. He never actually left. He actually stayed in his own, like on a mountaintop and said, even told Kylo Ren, you know what, I'll see you around. Which to me, the whole movie theater, when I saw it, cheered. And then literally a minute later, he just falls to the side and becomes a Force ghost. And
Yeah.
Rey and Princess Leia go, he's gone.
Yo.
He's gone.
He's gone.
What? You know my problem with that too was that, like, okay, the whole escape plan from the cave thing was
cave.
because he came from somewhere. Oh, Luke came in from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's why some way, like, you know what I'm saying, they were following that path. Yo, that was some bitch ass from Luke's ghost, man, from that hologram, to come in and put inside their heads that there is a way out that way.
Yeah.
What if there was no way out?
You're right, yeah.
You know what I'm
literally
saying? What
walks
if they're
in
all
through a
like
hole,
hopeful and
and
shit,
they
all of a
follow
sudden-
through that hole, which is true.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Unless the crystal dogs, they're like maybe the Force
Beautiful.
or something. Maybe the beautiful. Oh, they're beautiful.
Beautiful
creatures.
creatures.
Yeah, crystal dog. Who wouldn't want a crystal dog?
Yeah, me neither. Or one of those little penguin.
Oh
squirrel
yeah.
things.
Oh,
yes.
that this dude, he cooks two of them, but then he's like friends. He
friends
adopts
with
a whole
them.
bunch
Yeah.
of
Like, to
other
me,
ones.
this
my
is-
brother said
yes,
that. He's the
to
one
me,
that brought that up to me.
the one thing I'm wondering is, no, it's okay. The one thing I'm wondering by the end of the movie is, are these porgs really plotting to kill Chewbacca? Is that really why he's even on the wheel and trying to like steer him to his death? Because
Conspiracy.
why would they go, you know what? We're with you. After you killed my brother and maybe, who knows, my father and mother, you know what? Thank you for letting me join this journey. And to me, that was one of my biggest problems as well. You're right. They literally brought this new little cute toy, just like a Ewok, but they did it in reverse because realized everybody talks about the Ewoks were going to eat the humans.
Yeah.
And yet now they did it in reverse where Chewbacca actually cooks them. It's funny because if the Ewoks would have actually cooked Princess Leia or Luke, do you think that Luke would have been like, you know what? Come on, guys. You could join us. No.
But they're so cute. Come on, man.
It's like Gizmo.
Who cares if they ate my sister?
Guys.
Talking about females, what do you guys think about the Captain Phasma situation?
Whoa. Whoa.
That's. Let me hear. I want to hear more.
How did she die again? I can't even remember.
She got shot and like part of her mask came off and you see her eye and you can see that she's human underneath this chrome.
No, but then okay,
with this chrome suit that she has on, you know.
But then she falls in fire.
And then she falls.
The floor just breaks apart as she's just saying her last line. And she dies.
What's the last line?
She just says something like you'll always be trash, or you'll always be something to Finn saying that you're always garbage no matter what, something like that.
Because he worked in sanitation.
He worked in sanitation.
Whoa!
Even though now he knows everything.
That hurts deep because he hated that job. You know.
Which to me the whole point of view to me of like someone like Rose, or even we're talking about sanitation. He was meeting Rose so she could introduce him to how the world is really like, dealing with the lower class, dealing with poverty, and yet Finn was the lowest form of the stormtroopers. He was literally sanitation. So why does he need this perspective? He's the guy that literally walks into the scenario going, "Hold on, I used to pick up their trash, and this is why I want to have fun. This is why I want to be in a casino and do the rides and do the thrills." And she goes, "You don't know what? Let me show you the reality." And he's like, "Oh." Like, it didn't make sense to me in that way.
Yeah, that's true, because he would have known the reality. But I mean, like, well, he was like kind of like a drone, like, or like a, like, you know what I mean, like a pawn. He was.
That's why he falls in love with everyone that he meets.
That's why, yes.
But
and that's
also,
what made him such a weak character.
Jesus.
He just needs to meet a female, and he's like, "Oh, I'm head over heels with
you." Female.
Just give me attention.
He fell in love with Poe Dameron.
You're right. Just anybody. You're right about that.
I'm very confident in that. I'm telling you, so excited.
They sure so many moments. Yes.
So excited.
Hey, he embraced him even deeper than he embraced Rey in this movie. You're 100% right.
100%. Yeah. Suspect. Like P. Diddy.
Suspect like P. Diddy, got you.
But yeah, I think, can we talk about Snoke?
Oh yes, of course. This is another moment where he basically disrespects the previous film.
Yeah.
Such a character that was meant to represent something bigger than life. Yeah. Even Andy Serkis tried to amp it up and say he's the strongest character of all time.
Yeah.
It's a bait and switch without a doubt. What would you say?
I was very disappointed the way he died. I think it was like terrible.
They even played it for jokes when Husk walks into the room, when this character walks into the room and he looks at the dead body with his mouth open on the ground, cut in half. It's literally played for humor. This movie literally disrespected what had come before it.
Yeah, it's like, what? Could have done that a long fucking time ago. That's all we had to do is let him have like a thing and just trickery. Out of here, man, with that.
Get out of here.
It would have been. He wouldn't have been there that long. I mean,
no, I understand.
but still, like, that's how I feel about it. Like, come on. But I mean, just because that I'm not like a super fan, so it's like more of like my perspective in the way that they treated it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about super duper fan. I'm a super duper fan of Star Wars, and to me, the biggest complaint that I would say is that, again, because it's trying to address it to the new generation in a different way, is Luke Skywalker's actions, explaining why he disappointed Kylo Ren to make him turn the way he did. When they do that flashback, which again, they didn't answer half of the questions we wanted when it came to the House of Ren. Instead, they showed that he's this flawed character that stood over him and actually contemplated possibly killing him. Even though, to me, the biggest thing about Luke is that he dealt with his father in pure faith and was willing for Darth Sidious to kill him before he actually even picked up the sword. But no, he sees this little child. Even though his father had killed so many people, he looks at this child's mind and goes, "Oh, you're capable of darkness, so I might strike you down." To me, that contradicted anything. And to me, I don't know about you guys, but to me, he represents almost we could go in 1,000 different ways, but at least symbolically, he represents the Messiah. He represents God.
Right,
and to me, God proved that faith is something that will be proven right within at least the original trilogy. But yet here, he loses faith like that and becomes flawed, which to me is a statement. I don't know about you guys, is a statement of what religion and at least beliefs have become.
Yeah.
But to me, that's destroying what has come before it. Anybody that knew Luke from childhood praised him and loved him. I don't know, what was your favorite character ultimately from the previous films, would you say? Because to me it was someone like Luke. For me, I don't know at the end of the day if you liked.
I like
Yeah, I got you. Han Solo, of course. Han Solo. Again, not a super duper fan, but I completely understand. To me, did he represent that to you in the past?
Fuck with Luke.
Han Solo was cool, man.
Yeah.
You know, she Princess Leia's like, I love you. I know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
like,
He was
on,
the cool
man.
anti-hero to Luke's purity. And yet here he's flawed like that.
Yeah.
It just
I had
exactly.
so many problems with that.
Yeah.
So many problems with that. So to me, ultimately, let's cut to the chase. What would you guys give this movie?
Oh.
Because we've gone through it in depth. What would you personally, out of 10, give?
A 7.4.
7.4?
Yeah, 7.4. 7.
And what would you say? If you...
I'm gonna
if I have
go.
to force you to give me...
You're gonna
number
force
right
me?
now, force
Are you gonna
Yes,
twist
yes,
my arm? Well, then it's gonna be a 6.8.
Okay. Okay.
If we're doing it like that.
Yeah.
That's how it's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, like I told you, I enjoyed the ride. I felt like at least the adrenaline rush when I walked out, but I just hated every decision. But if you know me, I tend to try to at least acknowledge what the movie tried to accomplish, but definitely failed. So to me, I would give it a 7.6. And trust me, it's been going down because, again, the moment I walked out the first time, it was higher. The second time, it was a little bit higher. And then by the third time, I was like, no, this movie has problems.
And what's up with Poe, man? Yo, I forgot about that shit. He's always just want to blow shit up.
Yeah.
Yo, let's blow it up.
He became a one-note character.
Didn't you just learn that? Yo,
literally.
Come on, man. Get out of here.
It's like, that's how we destroy it?
Yeah,
Let's blow it up.
You see, we can't stop. There's so much to say and so much to hate. But if you guys really want to see details, no, it's perfect. If you really want to see details, trust me, it needed to be said. It should have been said before.
Needed to be said.
But if you guys want more, just check out the spoiler review where it's just me, or the spoiler-free review. But thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
I like that. Well, I want to thank tonight's guests. And I want to especially thank you all for checking out this week's episode. Now you can get the audio version of the podcast on all of the media outlets. So be ready for next week's episode. Plus, you can check out my movie and TV reviews, breakdowns, and breaking news all here on Watch It Ralph. So for now, share, like, and subscribe. Until we meet again, goodbye.